Jai Jagannath. So let's talk about what you mean by list in a Python. So it is one of the data types in Python. We have discussed about different types of data type or data structures in Python. So list are such data types in a Python which have some specific application and advantages also. So one by one, let us discuss what is a list. What is a list? So basically, lists are these are collections of items called elements. So when any collection of items in a list is called as elements, so programmatically we will call them as elements. So these elements are, so elements in a list are indexed. Indexed means what? Every element has a definite index or index value, or you can say address. Okay, and the index starts from 0. So the first index inside a list, if I am declaring a list, so list, the name itself says that it's a list of something. So there is a list of something, right? List of elements. So it can be list of anything, and the index always start from the 0, which is the first element. So it is by default, it is there. So the first element index is always equals to 0. Okay, and they can contain different types of data types. So we'll see that they can contain different types of data types. Okay, so that means a list can have a like integer, a character, or anything else. Okay, it can be, a list can be a collection of list as well. We will see all those examples. For example, if you want to better understand this, so just consider that you have a bag, and in the bag you can put fruits, you can put vegetables, or you can put some grocery items also. So everything can come inside a list. Okay, and the most important thing, lists are mutable. Mutable means what? You can change or modify or delete elements inside a list. Okay, all these things you can do with a list. Now the important thing, what is the syntax? So list is created with square brackets. Okay, sorry, with square brackets. So that is important. List is created with square bracket. Fine. So now let us do one thing. So here I will put some more spaces so that it will be visible. Okay. So now let us do one thing. So let's create a list. Okay, directly we'll create a list and see. So to create a list, we have nothing to do. We just have to give a name. Let's say fruits. Say use a different name. I'll take fruits is equals to, I'm creating a list. So I need a square bracket here. And inside a square bracket, if I write apple, but it's a name, right? So we cannot write as simply like this. We have to take double quote here. So I'll write apple, then comma. Okay, you can comma write mango, again inside quote. Okay, you can write some more. Let's say I'll write cherry. So this is a list. Now I have created a list. So what is the list? The name of the list is fruits, and it has the values like apple, mango, cherry, and all. Okay, so the list elements are separated by commas, and it can be anything. Let me take, let's say, numbers. I'll create a list of numbers. So that is equal to, start a square bracket. Number, I don't have to mention anything. If I just write 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4, then now there is a list whose name is number. It contains the values 1 2 3 4 as integer. I have not given any character symbol there or string symbol there. And list can be also of mixed data. So that's what we have written. So it contains different types of data types. So list I can take, let's say, if I take 5, sorry, start, if I take 5, then 5 is a integer. Then I can take a string. Okay, then I can string take a float 7.89 something. I can take a float value, and then I can take a, I can write true. True is what? True is a boolean value. Okay, fine. So now we have just taken the list. Now how to see the values? So simply you can write print and the name of the list. So consider if you are writing x equals to 5, then x is a variable. Here also fruit is a variable inside which there is a number of elements are there. So if I run this code, you can see it shows apple, mango, cherry. What are these? These are the contents of the fruits. Okay, now I can write print numbers, and lastly I'll write print mixed data. So I want to print all the variable that we have taken. So you can see it prints the numbers as 1, 2, 3, 4. Then it prints the mixed data. Mixed data, it prints 5, hello as a string, 7.89 it's a floating point, and true is true. So it's a boolean function. Okay. Now this is how you can create a simple list here. Now the next point is, if the list is there, how do I access one particular value? Let's say I want to access this second value. What is the second value of the list? So that comes under accessing the list values. Accessing the elements in a list. Okay, so how do I do that? Let us see. So let me just take this list, I'll copy paste so that it will save time. So I just taken the same list here. Okay. So now in the list, if I write print, if I write this much print fruits, it will print everything, but I don't need everything. I need in the print what is the 0th element. So if I now run this, you can see it's only printing apple here. So why? Because apple is the 0th element here, the first element it is printing. So if I write 1 here, it will print mango. If I write 2 here, it will, sorry, it can be empty here. So if I 2 here, it sprays the cherry. Then what will happen if I enter 3? So it's a index error. Okay, the list index is out of range. The list index out of range, that means you are trying to access 3, but in the list only up to 2 it is there. 0, 1, 2, only 2 is there. Okay, so that's how you can access different elements in a list. Remember, accessing the element in a list is actually very important thing. Fine. So next we'll see that how to modify the elements inside a list. How to modify the elements inside a list. Okay. So that is also important. So let me take fruits again. So I'll just paste it. I already have that. Okay, so we'll just take that. So let's say I want to add one more variable here, more variable, or the more one more fruit name in the list, in the fruits, because every time it's not going to fix at 3, I can add more number of fruits. So for that, let me write new data as a variable. Okay, so new data I will take from where I will take it from the user. So that's why I have to write input, and in bracket we'll write just a message, enter the fruit name you want to include. Okay, so if I do like this, so enter the so here what will happen, it will ask the user to enter a fruit name that I want to include. Okay, then I'll ask that which index, means you want to put it in the last, or any specific index you want to change it or replace it. So we'll ask that. So index value is a integer value, so I'll write integer here, then I'll write input. Okay, and input I'll write enter the index, there is extra brackets. Okay, enter the index. Now so we'll change in the index, where will change? So fruits, which value I want to change? I want to change where the user has given the interest or the index. So here I'll write which index. So which index is what? Which index is nothing but this is asked to the user that in which index you want to change the value. So that is, so how to do, is equals to that particular index, the value is equals to new underscore data. So that means whatever the new data has been came here, so fruits which index, whatever the value will be entered by the user, that value, that particular place value will be changed here. Okay, and after that we can print the fruits, print fruits. Now we'll see the value will be changed. Now to see the change, before we include the new data, we can print the fruit again. Okay, here int has been given 2 times. Okay, now let us run the code. So it says enter the fruit name you want to include. So there is, I can see grape is not there. I want to grape, add grape. So I want to replace the cherry. Cherry generally I don't use. I want to replace the cherry. So I'll write here 0, 1, 2. Okay, now you can see initially the apple, mango, cherry was there, but after the execution of the program, so apple, mango and grape has been there. So that means the line when it is printed, so the cherry was there, but after we have did this line, so that means fruits, and in square bracket we write the value, that means fruit of this index has been changed. Okay, so this is what, this is modified the element. So next is adding a element. I don't want to modify, I just want to add a new element. So adding a element in a list. Okay, so we can add element to a list just using the function something called as append. So let us see that. I'll take the fruits again, the same, let me take the same one. So here I'll write new fruit and I'll ask the user which fruit name you want to add in the list. Okay, so here I'll take input which fruit you want to include in the list. Okay, now it will ask for the user which fruit name you want to add. Okay, so next here we can write fruits dot append. So this fruits dot append will means add the new variable there, and append what, append new underscore fruit. Okay, so whatever fruit enter has been given by the user, it will print that. Now we'll print the new list is fruits. Okay, before appending also let us print that, print old fruits are old fruits are say fruits. Okay, now let us run it. So old fruits are apple, mango and cherry. First it will print this one. Next it want which thing you want to add. Let me write grape here. Okay, so see, if I add the grape here, so apple, mango, cherry, all these three are already there, and what it is doing, it is just adding one more element to that. Fine, so this is how we can add a element in a element in any list. So once we can add element, so can we remove a element? So let us see that. Remove a element. Okay, now see what is the means actual value of the fruit. Now the fruit is now here. So here if I just write fruit and try to know what is the values, so now the values are apple, mango, cherry and grape. So considering this is my fruit, so let's write the program to delete something. Okay, so it's very simple. So fruits dot remove, in bracket we can write whatever value you want to remove. Let's say banana is not there, let's say cherry. Okay, and after that again print list after removing list after removing. So let it be like this only. Fruits. Okay, so if I run this code, bracket, so see cherry is been removed here. Cherry was the third position, here cherry is not there. So in this also you can take the user input. So remove fruit, I will ask the user which fruit you want to remove. Remove fruit, which fruit? So I need to take input function here, just write a message which fruit to remove. Okay, just write a message. Then here you use this variable here, instead of directly writing the fruit you can write the variable here. Let us run it. So which fruit you want to remove? Let me write mango. Fruits. Okay, so let me write mango again. It's not. Sorry, fruits not defined. Where again? Here, same error, capital I. So okay, finally let's run it again. I'll write mango again. What is a fruit remove is not defined. Oh, in keyboard actually that insert button was pressed. That's why the problem was happening. Okay, again fruit is fruit again the spelling mistake. Sorry. So fine. So I'll write mango here again. Fruits. Oh, it's S is there. List dot remove X is not in the list. Okay, so let's do one thing. We'll initialize it because the fruits was used earlier. So I think it's creating a problem. Okay. So what's the problem here? Let me check. If I write mango here, it's removing. Okay. Remove fruit. Okay, done. So the error was spelling mistake error. I think that's why it was not taking. So here you can take a input from the user and you can ask the value to be removed. So here fruits have declared with apple, mango, cherry and grape. But here apple, cherry and grape is there. Mango is been removed here. Okay. So there are some few more thing to know about list. So which is called as list operations. Means what we can do with list, what are the things that can be done with a list. So let us just create two lists. List 1 is equals to, so how to create? Just 1 I'll write 1 2 3 4, let's say 4 element list, and let me create a list 2 as well. So list 2 is equals to, let me take, sorry, a, sorry, a comma b comma c. So let me take this 3, it's an integer, it's a characters I have taken here there. Okay, so next we can add the list, we can concatenate it. So I'll write concatenated, there is a list is equal to, concatenate means how we can add to list. So just write list 1 plus list 2. Okay, so what it will result, we'll just print this. Let us see. So it's printing 1 2 3 4, and it has a new list is created whose value is equals to addition of these two lists. So the list can be added. Let's say you want to repeat the list for some time, so you can write one more repeated underscore list repeated on, so you can repeat the list. So how, I'll add list 1 into 3. Okay, and then I'll print this. So see, 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4. So a new list is created which is repeating the one list for 3 times. Okay, so this is repeated list. Next, what I can do, so I can slice also. Slice means cutting the list into parts. So means a part of the list I want to see, not all the things I want to see. Okay, so if I write sliced, so a sliced list, that is equals to, let's say list 1, and in just bracket, in the square bracket, so list all operation happen like this in square bracket. If I write, so how many elements are there, 0 1 2. Okay, so let me write, if I write let's say 1 colon 3, sorry, mm, 1 colon 3, if I write, I can print this slice. So you can see it's printing only 2 and 3 if I write 1 colon 3. So let me just take it to the new cell, we'll try out there. So this is slices. So if I write 0 colon 3, so 1 2 3 it will give me. Okay, so if I write 0 1, so the 1 2 3 4 in the list is what, list is 1 2 3 4, 0 1 2 3. But if I write here 0 to 4, so it will give me 1 2 3 4. Okay, if I write here 1 to 4, it will give me 2 3 4 only. Okay, 0 1 1 2 3 4. So like this you can have different sliced values of a list. That means you can get a part value of the list. If you don't need the all, then you can get a part value of the list. Next is, if there is a list, then how to find the length of that. So if I write len, okay, just simple len, so list 1, so it will tell me what is the length of the list. That means 4 elements are there. So here this concatenated, so if I try to find the length of the concatenated, so sorry, so 7. Okay, that means addition of 1 2 3 4 plus abc, the value is equal to 7. So like this you can find the length of a list. So in the next videos we will be seeing about like tuple and set other data types. Thank you.